Okay. All right, so let's talk about the dance halls.
About what?
The dance halls.
Yeah. There was 3 dance halls. There was 2 dance halls we used to go to. 53rd and 3rd Avenue. Innisfail Ballroom. And then there was another Tuxedo Ballroom at 86th Street.
Yeah.
And then in the year 1939, I heard there was one opening in 49th Street and Madison Avenue. So about, I think it was the year, the month of September.
Yeah. So you went to these places often?
Yeah, every weekend. But this new one, in the year 1939, I went down and tried that one.
Okay.
49 on Madison Avenue.
Uh-huh.
See? So I went in and looked around at the girls.
Yeah.
And I remember one girl, I asked her out, and then she said, when I was dancing with her, I says, where do you live? Oh, she says, I don't live here. I don't like it. I live in Boston. I danced for her. That was the end of that. See? So I kept looking around.
She lives in Boston.
And I spotted 3 girls sitting on for the next dance. 3 of them.
Uh-huh.
Of course, there was one better looking than the other. So
well, there always is.
I asked her for the dad out to dance. And then as I was dancing with her, I says, where do you live? She says, I live in the Bronx, 130.
Hey, can I have a tissue?
138th Street and 130th Street.
This girl you're talking about, that you met at the dance place?
Yeah, that was my wife. There's 3 of them together. So I asked,
Yeah.
I asked her if I could go walk her home, or leave her home. Oh, she says, I'm not going home tonight. I'm staying with my girlfriend at 89th Street, and between Madison and Park, I think. Well, she went over, she was speaking to him, and one of the girls says, he looks like a nice fella. We'll walk ahead of you and you can walk us up. We walked, when the dance was over around 11 o'clock, or between 11 and 12.
Yeah.
We walked over to Lexington Avenue and walked all the way up to 86th Street. And I asked her to, then this other girl was left, this other girl was with her, and we caught up with her, and I asked them in for coffee at around 86th Street.
To some coffee shop?
Yeah, there was a coffee shop. And she said, no, I go home. And she said, I leave the door open for you. When you. So she went home and she came in for coffee. We had coffee.
Yeah.
So I left her to the door.
Yeah.
And the door was open, 89th Street somewhere. And I said, what are you doing tomorrow? She said, nothing, I'm going home up to my apartment. I said, would you like to go to the World's Fair? I had tickets for the World's Fair. World's
some water there for you, Pop.
There was more, the World's Fair was on the time.
1939. 39.
And she said, sure. So I said, I'll pick you up at 2 o'clock at 86th Street, about 2 o'clock. And we went to the World's Fair next day.
Oh, really? So who is this person?
That was my wife.
Well, that is your wife, right?
Addie O'Keefe.
That's nice.
Addie O'Keefe.
Right. That's great. So you went, so that was your first date?
Yeah.
The World's Fair?
Fair.
Nice. That is excellent.
Came home from the World's Fair. I left her to where she lived. And then...
Where did she live then?
138th Street. And... I forget the name of the street now. Up to 138th Street.
In Manhattan?
Yeah, no, in the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
Near St. Mary's Park. The other side of St. Mary's Park.
Okay, thanks. So, let's talk about...
So then
Okay, huh? What?
So I left her there, and I didn't ask her where she was working or anything. And a few days after, I was downtown on 14th Street in Klein's. big store.
Klein's department store?
Yeah.
Right.
I went down there for something. And who comes along? Only this other girl that was with her that night.
Really? The first night that you met her?
Yeah. Her name was Kathleen Buckley. And she said, hello, Pat. I said, hello. Have you seen Anne lately? No, I said, don't you know where she works? I said, no, she works at Wanamaker's. She told me, see?
So how long after was that then you went to the World's Fair?
About a couple of weeks.
Yeah, okay. So she told you where Nanny worked?
Well, I went over to Wanamaker's and looked around to see if cashier. She was a cashier there.
Right.
And
she told us that story many times.
And then I spoke to, she says, I'll be out about 7 o'clock. This was now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So you were moving fast, weren't you? Keep talking. So you went there and she said...
So she says, you can meet me outside about 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that night, I came down at about 7 o'clock. I was waiting for her to come out.
Yeah.
No sign of her. No sign of anybody coming out of Wanamaker's. I was front of Wanamaker's, front of the store from 7 till 9, and then they all came out. And she said, the old bitch, she says, some name, she said, Mr. O'Keefe, you can't mix business with pleasure. She says to me, I have to go, my boyfriend is outside. So she didn't come out till 9 o'clock that night.
Because they wouldn't let her out?
Yeah, they kept them working.
Yeah. Where was Wanamaker's? What street was
9th Street.
9th Street, right.
Yeah.
And like, on Broadway almost, right? 9th and... 9th and...
It was a big department store. It was operated by English people.
Yeah.
Very expensive store.
Yeah,
She was a cashier there.
Yeah.
But,
and so you had been here for...
And her sister was working with her.
Which sister?
Catherine.
Catherine,
Murphy.
yeah, Catherine Murphy.
Murphy. The two of them were working in the street. They used to commute from... Only Catherine was married at the time.
She was.
But she got married.
Cheers, man.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
That's me. Nice
Okay,
meeting you.
yeah, good shows.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
It was nice meeting you.
See you again, maybe?
Night for dinner.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much.
So she worked with Catherine. They worked there together.
Yeah. So when they got out and then we met for the subway, Catherine comes along and she introduces me.
You didn't know Catherine, right?
No, I didn't know her, no. How could I know her?
Right, I don't know.
She introduced and Catherine says, that was, I don't know what night it was. Come on, they were living in Astoria.
In Astoria, really?
Him and her. They got married on the quiet while her sister was in Ireland. But that was the time before I didn't know anything about it.
Uh-huh.
See?
Yeah. So that was still...
When she came back from Ireland, she had nowhere to go. And she had to stay with some strange woman.
So she stayed with Anne? With Nanny? So when she came back, who came back from Ireland?
My wife.
Right.
She know some other woman, I forget her name now. She died. She had to go to her to stay there.
But now
They had an apartment when they left Ireland, before she went to Ireland. And in the meantime, while she was over in Ireland, Catherine got married to Eddie Murphy on the quiet.
So Nanny was here, and then she went back to Ireland?
Yeah.
And then came back?
Yeah.
Really? That seems to have happened a lot with people.
Yeah, I know that.
Like you were saying last night.
After 5 years here, you can go back, and then you're allowed to come back again.
Oh.
But if you don't do that, then you have to look for a re-entry permit.
Did you ever go back?
Well,
In the first 5-10 years?
No,
right.
35 years before I went back.
Took you long. But a lot of people seem to have come over and then they went back.
First, after 5 years.
Yeah. So this was still 1939.
She went back, and she went back with this girl, Catherine Buckley. They went back together.
Put those headphones on and make sure it's sounding okay, Mark. The ones that are hanging right.
His head needs to be in the middle.
Well, right, but you got to give him room to move because he maneuvers. But that's okay.
Okay.
So you had been here 10 years now, because you came in 29, and now this is 39. When did Nanny come over?
A year after, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hear that, right? It's loud, right?
1930.
But that's okay. The background
1930.
noise is okay and fine.
I believe it was a year after she came.
So you didn't meet her. You guys were here for a long time before you met each
Oh,
other.
yeah, I didn't meet her till 1939.
That's great. That's
And we were married in 1940.
okay.
Of course, I'd be 61 years married today.
Today.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Today.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Happy anniversary.
It was the 1st of September, the Sunday before Labor Day. The 1st of September.
Okay. So now, tell us about. Let's switch gears. Okay. Let's change a little bit. Let's do the family tree. Your father, your mother, your brothers. Let's go through that. Let's talk
Well,
about.
my father died in 1927
Okay.
from stroke.
And his name was, what was his name?
James Coghlan.
James Coghlan.
And he had, he was married before. He was married twice, like.
Uh-huh.
He was in the Royal Artillery Band in Athlone.
Oh, so that's where you get your interest in music.
He, a euphonium player there.
A what player?
Euphonium, you know.
What is that?
It's like, like a big bass, only smaller.
Okay.
It's a lovely instrument. But then he met the two other guys, by the name of Tim Griffin and Luke Griffin, and he married their sister, as well from what I know, Ellen Griffin. But she died of typhoid fever.
So what year was your father born?
What time?
What year was he born? Your father?
My born?
Your father, yeah.
Oh, 18,
So he died in 27. How old was he when he died?
65.
So he was,
18 something,
yeah,
50.
27.
50 something.
He was, so 1862 almost,
Am I wrong?
right? Something,
Yeah, 63,
yeah, something like that.
like that.
Okay. Wow. And,
And he was 7 years older than my mother. My mother.
right, your mother. So he married, his first marriage,
Yeah, he married his Ellen Griffin.
Ellen Griffin, the sister of the bandmate or in the band. And
She died of,
do you know what year they got married?
huh?
Do you know how old he was when he got married?
No.
Yeah. And then he had, so then he had how many
He
children?
had three children, three girls and a boy. Was the first marriage. I think Lily was the oldest, then Jimmy, and Cathy, and Baby.
Baby was your half sister.
Yeah, stepsister, yeah.
Stepsister.
Lily went to Camden. She got married up there.
She did. So he had,
And she said, I went up to see her one time
really?
when I was after working on the subway.
Now,
I had a week's vacation for the subway when I started.
And where did she live in Canada?
After the first year.
Yeah.
And I went up there and I met
Where in Canada did you go to meet her?
Montreal.
Montreal. So then his wife died, right?
Yeah, she died at the same time as Prince Albert in England. Typhoid fever.
Typhoid fever. So,
I think.
1911?
Well, Molly was born in 1905. She was the first,
Wow.
the second family.
Okay.
So he must have got married between 1900 and 1904.
Okay. And so Molly was the first,
First, Helen was the second,
Helen
then
was-
me, and then Rita.
and then Rita.
Rita.
So there was,
About a year and 9 months between us all. Or to say 2 years.
okay. Wow.
But Helen then, Tom Quinn, my uncle in Suffolk, his wife died, and he had 2 boys. And he wanted a picture of the 3 girls. He sent for a picture of them, and he picked out Helen and said he'd bring her out. So she came to America 2 years before us to keep house for him.
Okay. So now, before she came for him, what about the other girls, Lily and they had already come over?
Yeah,
Now, did they all come
Lily
over?
had already been in Canada.
She came to Canada.
And Baby stayed at home,
Uh-huh.
and Cathy was working somewhere, and she met a guy around Castlereagh or somewhere, and she moved to Ennis, County Clare,
Okay, so she stayed in Ireland as
and
well.
got married there, and had 3 girls and a boy. Lily had 2 boys and a girl in Canada.
Okay.
And baby had
Baby, did baby ever come to this country?
Oh, sure.
She did. Wait, but she
was the last to come.
Right, because she stayed and got married in Ireland.
She went to up to Canada first.
Oh, okay.
And then came down to Newark.
Right. I met baby. I remember her when I was younger. So then, your uncle called for Helen.
Yeah.
So he wanted everyone to come over.
No, he
first called for her to come over.
Yeah, he wanted. My father and mother sent a picture of Molly and Helen together, and he pictured Helen. Molly wouldn't go. Molly said she didn't want to go.
Right. And then, so Helen came over.
Yeah, and she kept house for him for.
And so then, did you? You must have got a lot of letters back and forth.
My mother did, but she never wasn't telling us anything. She arranged then for me to come out here, and I didn't know it.
Really?
But Jimmy said he was going to go too, to baby because Tom Craig came home and he said you'd be doing awfully better if you were in the States. Your job pays more, and that encouraged Jimmy to go. He said he'd go out. This was in 19. We came what? 19.
You came over in I forget. You told me last night, but
1929.
Right.
1928.
Right. Quinn came over.
Yeah.
And he was your mother's brother.
Brother, yeah.
Right.
John, in the meantime, baby was married and she moved down to Newark, to Clifton Avenue, Newark. And her husband got pneumonia and died. Right. In the meantime, Jimmy and I had already made arrangements to come out.
So baby's husband died before you got here?
Yeah, we had already made arrangements while her husband was alive.
Wow.
This was in around the fall anyway.
Uh-huh.
But he died in January or February. We were supposed to arrive in April. We went through it, we came out. So she was a widow when we came out here.
Wow.
He died of pneumonia.
Wow.
He was...
and how old was she when that happened?
She was young.
Yeah, she was. Had to be young.
Well, she was 9 years older than me. 9 years older than me. Jimmy was 13.
So you were, how old were you when you came here? 20?
21, exactly.
21, so she was 30.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 1929 or 28 roughly or so. 29, 29. So, okay.
No.
Right. So okay.
Then my mother was with Tom Quinn from 19...
right, so she came... When did she come over? She came over...
Came over in August 1929 too.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Right after you?
Ollie and her came. But I didn't know about it. She arrived.
Really? So you came over in the spring.
Yeah, he came over.
She came over in the fall?
In August. He went over and brought them out.
Ah. So he was pretty much,
He had some connection with the people, the boat, that owned the boats. He was able to get...
The Cunard line, maybe?
What?
The Cunard?
Cunard.
So that was good of him to get you guys over here, I guess.
Well, yeah.
So then your mother came over with Molly?
Molly, yeah, in August.
Now, okay, where's Rita now? Is she still...
Rita had already come out ahead of us.
So you all came?
Yeah, she was living in Buffalo with her aunt that I went up to.
Yep.
First, but she was working some...
So she was in Buffalo?
Yeah. And then when Rita heard that we started an apartment in the Bronx, she said, goodbye, Buffalo. She left Buffalo? She came all the way down.
Okay.
She wanted to be with the family.
Okay, so now... Okay. Nice.
You got that?
Yeah, I do get that. And I can just rewind the tape and listen to it again and figure it all out. Because I can't seem to figure it all out.
Now, that would be between 1937 and 1939. And then Social Security started in 1937.
Uh-huh.
And this girl I told you that lived in that lone town, I said Alice Henry was her name. I knew her from she was a child. She went to school with me, and then of course the boys left nun school. They had to go to the master school or go to the brother school, which you had to pay for. So after 7 years old, you had to leave the convent, and the girls stayed.
So
then we went to the master school.
Your mother came over, and she lived with your uncle for 4 or 5 years, maybe?
Yeah, 1930. Let's see, 1937, I think.
Okay.
And in the meantime, he found out he had cancer.
Right.
Well, he didn't
And he went fast, right?
Yeah, well, then he brought his mother. We were living in, he brought her down, and he said, here she is, take care of her. I wasn't working at the time. And Jimmy says, well, we keep her here, and you'll have to get a place. So Molly
and Molly
we got together. We came into New York, looked around, and we happened to get off 160 near the Yankee Stadium, walked over, and we kept looking, and we saw this would be a good place. There's a church across the way. And we got it on Morris Avenue, I think it is.
Why did you go to New York?
Where should we go?
Well, I don't know.
Everybody.
Well, you were living in Suffern still, right? Where were you living before you moved to New York?
In Newark.
Oh, sorry, Newark. That's what I meant.
Me and Jimmy.
Right. So Jimmy stayed in Newark.
Yeah.
And you and Molly and your mom moved in. And then Rita heard about it, and she came.
Came down, and then Helen, she came along too after he died. And the whole lot of us.
After your uncle died? Because she stayed with him the whole time?
Yeah.
So then there was all six of you?
He left her something, I don't know what it was. Some stocks or something.
Yeah, he did.
She never told us anything.
Okay.
I think her daughter, they were handed over to her daughter.
So your mother, yourself, Helen, Molly, and Rita.
Yeah.
And so how long until?
1937, 1935, I think. Between 1936 and 1937. Molly was the first to get married.
She was.
And then Rita got married to Haid, and then Helen got married to Jim Oldfield. That left me.
And then there you were.
So they were all married, had their own.
Now, when did your mother die?
She died in 1950.
Oh, yeah.
1945. She was 25 years here. She was 60 years old when she came here. And she was 85 when she died.
What was her name? What was your mother's first name?
Catherine Quinn.
Oh, Catherine.
Catherine Quinn.
Yeah.
Julia.
She married James Coghlan.
Gotcha. So now, they moved out. Your sisters moved out.
Yeah.
They got married and moved out.
Yeah.
And it was just you and your mother.
Yeah.
And then you met Anne.
No, Molly's husband then got sick. He got TB.
Oh, really?
She had 2 children by him.
Dean.
Billy Dean and Julie Dean. One of them died.
I know. I met them. I know.
She had to go to work but she got a job across the way in the church.
So wait. So she got married.
Yeah.
And she had 2 children.
Yeah.
But then her husband died.
Yeah.
What year was that about? Did she come back and live with you again? Because you're still living with your mother at the time, right?
Yeah.
She was the youngest.
I know. And then, so you got married in 1940.
Yeah.
You were still living with your mother.
Yes.
And then what did you do? Did you move? Yep. Think about that for a second.
Well, no. When I met Anne, I found out where she worked in Watermakers, and then I got where she lived, 138th Street, and what the hell have you? She lived with these people. They were from Newmarket too. She knew them. Nora Mahan and her husband and his daughter, and she brought me up there to meet them. But her husband died too.
A lot of people dying. What did he die of? Whatever.
He was
drinking.
Yeah, and he worked in the suburbs as well. But, and then I said, got her to come up and meet my family. I brought her up to meet Molly in the house. And my mother always called her Nancy, and I hated it. Nancy, I hated that name, but she called her Nancy.
Your mother called Molly Nancy?
No, my Anne Nancy. Anne.
Oh, yeah? Why did you call her that?
Nancy, it's another name for Anne.
It is?
Anne, Nancy.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No.
So did, so when you got married?
1939, early 1939, I think. After meeting the family then, I was leaving her home. And before I left, I said, would you marry me? And I said, don't answer right away. If you feel like it, we'll go up to a certain place and I'll buy the ring for you. But next time I met her, she says, okay, we'll go up to a place on Fordham Road.
Really?
A jewellery store. I bought her an engagement ring.
Yeah.
Around $90 or something at the time. That was a lot of money.
Sure.
I remember when I was living in Newark with Jimmy, saving my first $2 in the bank. But by the time I left Newark, I had $1,000 in the bank.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
and when
good.
I met her, and we got to know her, she had the same thing.
Yeah.
$2,000.
So you liked each other.
We opened a bank account together.
So where did you live when you were first?
Yep. Like I might as well tell you, like Molly liked her, but Rita didn't like her.
She didn't.
Helen was kind of, yes, but Rita didn't like her. Her husband, he hated her.
Really?
Yeah, and he was a jerk altogether because he wanted his own way.
And she was a pretty strong woman.
Yeah, who?
Nanny.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. Yep. So when you got married?
No, let's see. No, in September 1939, 1940. Yeah, the end of 1939, in spring or something, said, I get my vacation. The first, I'm taking, I had a month off at that time, 4 weeks. You got to, you started off in the IRT with, after year 1 week, and after 2 years, you went to, I had 5 weeks coming to me.
That's pretty good.
See, and so I said, we get married on the 1st of September, and we go up to Montreal. In the meantime, I had been up in Montreal before that, and I knew this girl up here, Mavis O'Rourke. In fact, she was in love with me too. I think if I asked her to marry me, she would have married me. But then, she lived in Montreal and I lived in Thing.
Yeah.
But she got married and her husband died and left her 2 children too. She had her father had a nice home up there. So she asked us, well, if you get married, Paddy, come up and spend your honeymoon with us.
Really?
See?
That's nice of her.
Yeah, but at the same time, Anne had only her first papers out.
Right.
She was due to take the second out, but didn't go to bother until, but in the meantime, I had my second papers out. Because we applied right away, Jimmy and I.
What does that mean, your second paper's out?
Well, you get your first papers, they're only good for 5 years.
Right.
Then you apply for your second papers, and you're made a citizen.
Okay. So Anne just was a little slow at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I and somebody else had to, you had to have 2 witnesses.
So you headed off to Montreal.
Yeah, and she wasn't there.
And
So we got there, and then the way, and he says, the man that examined you before you get off, he says, you might have trouble getting back here. You better see the the ambassador to Ireland.
But they would have let you in, but they said...
That's it, but you might have trouble getting her out, so you better go and see the ambassador to America. So we were there for a week, and I said, come on, we're gonna... When I went down to see him, his name was Barry.
Barry.
So he says, I'm from New York. We were about a week there. So he says, prove to me you're married to her. I said, there's a ring. That's no good, he says. I want to see your birth marriage certificate.
Oh, brother.
So I had to come. I left Montreal that night, rode down.
So you were in Montreal?
Yeah.
The train went all the way into Montreal?
Yeah, we were staying there about a week before I started to do something.
Okay.
And then when I had to get a marriage certificate, so he said he would send for her, but in the meantime, she had to be back to work in a week. So the best thing I did is travel down at night time.
So tell me about this trip. What time did you leave, roughly, Montreal?
Montreal, like coming down?
Yeah, coming back down to get the marriage certificate. Like, how long was the trip?
10 hours.
10 hours by rail?
By rail. I left at night, I arrived in the morning.
Yeah.
And I came to Molly's apartment. And she went over and got the certificate. And that night I came right back up to Montreal again.
Okay, so it was like almost, great.
What?
So you were gone for a day?
I didn't hand it to him, and he okayed it. Take her. It was only about 4 days before she was back. She had to be back to work.
So what did you do on your honeymoon? Was it fun? How'd you like Montreal?
Oh, I liked it. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, Montreal was a lovely place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had been there before?
I had been there before.
To see that other woman?
What?
To see that other woman?
Yeah.
That other girl?
Yeah, I'm ever so wrong.
Yeah, it's funny.
She was single.
And what was it like in Montreal then? What did you do there?
Oh, we traveled all around it, parades, and it's a nice, lovely. You ever been?
Yes, I have been there.
Overlooking Mount Royal, up in Mount. And then Lily was there at the time we met her.
She was?
Yeah.
Really?
Because
she was living there, right?
Yeah, but she was a widow at the time. Her husband got killed. But I think he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I met him once.
How are we looking? Shit, that's interesting.
No.
His first big date was the World's Fair? That's so great.
What else do you want to know now?
Who is Julia?
Who is Julia?
Is she your grandmother?
Who is Julia? Who is your... Do you know anybody named Julia?
No?
No.
Who are you... So where is you... your father was from Athlone.
Oh yeah, he was born at Proud.
And he was a railroad man, right?
No, he was a bricklayer and stone mason. He was a bricklayer and stone mason.
Okay. And he was very popular.
Oh yeah, he was a...
Because I've read his obituary.
He built half at Loan.
Can you get me one of these from the thing downstairs?
Yeah.
Pauliner, it's called?
Yeah.
But, because we have the obituary from his when he died. And
Jimmy was the same thing too.
Your brother.
When we work and be slacking at Loan, they'd go over to England to work during the war. See, he got plenty of work at the time over there.
So now, where was your mother from?
From Athlone too.
From Athlone as well?
About a mile outside the town called Baylock. She lived with her mother at the time. I was 4 years old. Because I remember seeing her mother, and the mother died, and I'm hanging onto the coffin looking in at her. And 1912.
You remember that? Because her mom died?
Yeah, I was 4 years old at the time, 8 and 4. See? And I remember being at the funeral.
Baylock.
Baylock, yeah, supposed. Yeah.
Where was your father's first wife from?
She was from, he was from, I understand the Coghlans were from Banagher. She was from County Kildare. Her name was Elizabeth O'Grady. O'Grady from County Kildare.
Okay. And your mother's maiden name, what was it?
Catherine Quinn.
Right, Quinn,
Yeah.
Quinn.
Paddy, our father's name was Patrick Quinn. He was a supervisor over the Midland Great Western Railway.
He's who I have his obituary.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, okay.
Yeah. He used
Catherine Quinn.
He used to, in charge of the men, going down to Athlone, from Athlone to Galway, was the main run from Dublin to Athlone. And then you change to go to the west of Ireland, or else go to Galway. Midland Great Western Railway. He was. He was a gaffer, they called him a gaffer. He's in charge of placing men on the train.
Father, we did the father, the mother. What am I listening here? First mother. I lose my. It's hard to follow if you're not following.
But my father had a brother and a sister.
Okay.
But my mother had 11 in family. In Queens. 11 or 12.
11 or 12.
She had 5 sisters out in this country. I met them all but one.
Really?
Emily. I didn't meet her.
Emily.
My father had a brother and sister, and the sister married to a sergeant major, and he was a teacher. He used to teach the young English how to become an officer. He was a very smart man. James Fitzpatrick was his name. But she died young too.
Okay, so...
And my uncle, Paddy, my other father, he died of cancer on the neck.
So your uncle, your father had a brother and a sister.
A brother and sister.
And his brother was Paddy.
Paddy. Paddy Coghlan.
Did he have any kids, do you know?
Yeah, he had 4 boys.
4 boys. Do you know what their names were?
Yeah, I do. Christy. He died of banging the head from a school. He got meningitis and died a young man.
Oh, yeah.
Christy, Michael, Frank, and Jim.
All Coghlans.
All Coghlans.
And do you know, did they live in Athlone?
What?
Were they born in Athlone?
They were born at home, but Frank was the eldest, I think. He moved to England.
Okay.
He was married there. But he liked his drink too.
Yeah.
And Michael came out with us when we were coming. Michael came in.
He was the one with you, that came with you?
Yeah.
Okay, your cousin Michael.
Yeah, Michael, yeah.
Okay, I see. And he left.
Yeah, he only stayed. He was back he was back for Ireland not long for Christmas.
So you knew them, their cousins?
Next thing I heard of him, he died.
Yeah. Now, your father's sister.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Elizabeth.
You just told me that, but yeah.
Elizabeth too. Elizabeth.
Right. Then she got married?
She was called after her mother, Elizabeth O'Grady. She was called Elizabeth Coghlan.
I'm sorry, right.
Elizabeth, James and Paddy.
She was O'Grady.
Yeah, O'Grady.
So she married O'Grady. And do you know how many kids do they have?
Yeah, they had a boy, 2 boys, and 2 girls, I think. And one of the boys was my age, and he came out to this country, joined the army out here. He was a bombardier and was killed over Pearl Harbor,
okay.
over Japan, blown to bits.
Yeah. It's okay.
I don't know.
So that's not... Okay, so your father's brother had 4 boys. Your father's sister had 2 boys and... I don't even know what...
But my mother had a big family of 11 sisters, I think.
Well, now let's talk about your father's family still. Hold on.
Huh?
Do you know who your father's parents were?
Yeah, Paddy and Elizabeth Coghlan, Elizabeth O'Grady. My great-grandparents.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's okay. Okay, so then your mother... So let's talk about your mother.
Well, my mother was named Catherine Quinn.
Right.
She had a big family too. There was 5 sisters out here.
Okay.
And there was 3, Agnes, Sarah, and another one at home. 5 and 3 is 8. And 3 boys. Tom, that was the one I came to.
Mm-hmm.
John stayed in Athlone.
Mm-hmm.
And Paddy stayed in Athlone. He married before we came here. Paddy, John, and Tom. And she had about 8 or 9 sisters.
Okay. All right. I think I have to stop now.
Why? We're laughing?
No, because I can't follow. I need to write it all
You
down.
have to digest, and then you go for more. You can't do too
No,
much.
I know that.
But you need
But
to
Papa wants to keep talking,
You
bud.
need to play the sword fight
Well, then
thing
talk
for Maureen.
then
I will.
ask him
All
something
right, we're gonna
about-
stop now, okay? Because I got to sit down and write it all out for my own self. Then I can ask you better questions. That's a lot of information. What'd you say, Maureen?
Ask him about something else.
Oh, I know, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I know. It's very hard.
It's draining.
Another day. Next
Yep.
chapter.
So we lived Morris Avenue, 164th Street, and Joan was born then on your
On
mother,
Morris Avenue, yeah.
St. Elizabeth's Hospital up in the Bronx. See, and the nurse that handed her over to me to take her home married Tommy Hendrick, who was a great Yankee player. At the time, Tommy Hendrick, he got hurt and he was in the hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's how he met her?
Yeah, he met, see, and he married her. He married that nurse.
And that's who gave my mother to you?
And the nurse that tended him then took care of Anne when Joan, your mother, was born.
That is too funny.
Tommy Hendrick, he was a great Yankee player.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Now let's talk about Gabby Hartnett for a minute.
Oh, Gabby Hartnett.
Tell me about that.
Well, I didn't know that till after I married her. She told me that Gabby Hartnett, Gabby Hartnett's mother, no,
Yeah. And
two
then-
sisters came out to this
Yep.
America, and they married two brothers by the name of Hartnett.
They both
Mahoney,
married.
two Mahoneys. That was Anne's name, Johanna Mahoney.
Okay.
They came from Mid Street, I think. And she had two sisters, and they came out to this country and married two brothers. And they worked on the New York Central Railroad. They lived up in Glen Falls. Howard and Catherine went up to see him. She told me. And then that's how I got to know Hartnett. And then he became a famous baseball player. And his sister was as good as him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said she could throw a ball better than...
So you met him a few times, right?
Oh.
Gabby Hartnett.
No, I never met him.
You never met him?
No, she did.
Oh, I thought
But
you
I
had.
saw him from the state, from looking at him. He was pitching, him and Carl Hubbard were, it was a famous, what game was you call it?
Yeah, All-Star game.
All-Star game.
This is very famous.
And
1934.
Gabby Hartnett was the catcher,
Yep.
and Carl Hubbard was the pitcher. And they knocked out five of the best.
Murderers Row.
Yeah.
Lou Gehrig.
But still, the Yanks won
Babe
the
Ruth.
game by one. They won that game. And I was looking at it from the station 164th Street. See,
So what did she tell you about? What did Nanny tell you about him?
She said I often wanted to go and meet him in the Yankee Stadium. And Catherine says, "Oh, he wouldn't recognise you. We won't go. He wouldn't be bothered with you." You see, that's the kind Catherine was.
Right.
And he'd be
Chip on
only
the
too glad.
Very.
Chip on the shoulder. Right.
So then he became the manager of Chicago Cubs. And then he died. I think he was 80 when he died.
He was one of the best baseball players ever. 1/16 of his blood, right?
Well, I wasn't
Flowing
into-
through me.
I wasn't interested in
No, I know, right.
I was more, every year they used to send English teams to come out and to go to them, you know. As I said, Liverpool playing Sweden, and then there was other teams came out, we used to go to see them. Johnny Joyce and I.
Johnny Joyce. He was your buddy, wasn't he, Johnny Joyce?
And I met him on the subway.
Yep, I know. He keeps
Well,
coming up.
He was from Roscommon, and his uncle, then Con Leary was from Kerry, Jimmy O'Donnell, Frankie Owens, and Jim Murphy, and then a few. They're all Irish guys. You know.
Yeah. All right. That's enough. You're wearing me out.
Nothing to hide.
Give me this. No, I know. This is exciting. All right, thanks. We'll keep doing this. It's going to take a long time.
But she did tell me, you know, she says, you know, I love you better than you love me. I said, I love you, but I don't show it like you do. And I told her that.
Is that right? Yeah, that's all right. That's because you're a man. Of course you don't show it the same way. I got the same problem. That's all right. That is.
But Murphy's
Yeah.
his wife and Murphy was a queer guy together. He was
He was kind of funny, wasn't he?
yeah, he was like John, he knew it all, and
Yeah.
he didn't know the first thing. He used to brag a lot.
How come they never had kids? They couldn't? They didn't want to, or they couldn't?
I don't think he could have.
Yeah. All right. I need to go out on the porch. I need a family tree. I need to write it all down. I get all confused. I'm sorry.